What up, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. Back with another video. Thursday morning, headed to the gym. I want to tap in real quick and talk about this topic, man. You see the title of the video: Can trucking ruin your family? So here's the deal. I was watching this video where this guy was doing DoorDash. He does a lot of gig work, and he's doing DoorDash, trying to provide for his family. He's married, has kids, his wife doesn't work, right? So in the video, he was basically just talking about how hard it's been just trying to provide for the family, and he's trying to figure out what he should do next in terms of his job and whether or not he needs to find something else, right? So I'm reading the comments, and I see this one comment from a truck driver. This person says, look, whatever you do, don't become a truck driver. He said he's a truck driver, he does flatbed, and trucking ruined his family. So he suggested that he do something like cybersecurity or some type of other skilled trade. He also mentioned electrician and HVAC, right? All of those are good skilled trades. I have no issue with that. I have no issue with pursuing cybersecurity if that's what you want to do. Anything, it really doesn't matter to me. My whole issue that I had with his comment was basically saying that trucking will ruin your family. So let's talk about it. This is what I would tell anybody that's in the process of getting into trucking. Before you get into trucking, preferably before you choose that first trucking job, if you are in a relationship, if you're married with a spouse, or if you have a girlfriend or boyfriend, you need to have that conversation with your partner prior to choosing whatever job that you plan on choosing in this trucking industry. Especially, emphasis on especially, if you plan on going over the road. Because going over the road is a different type of lifestyle, and it can be very difficult to maintain a healthy relationship when you're going over the road. So what I would recommend to anybody is to have a conversation with your partner. First and foremost, you should lay it all out with your partner. If you know you're going to be going over the road, explain to them what that means, so they have realistic expectations and they know what to expect. If you're going over the road, you may be out for a week at a time, only home on the weekend, could be 2 weeks at a time, 3 weeks, etc. That's something that you should communicate to your partner if that's the direction you choose to go in. The same thing if you're local, right? Because there are some local jobs out there where you may be home every night, but you may be working so much to where you really don't get to spend time with your partner. So it's the same thing with that type of situation. Communication has to be had. I think that's very important, and I think when you don't communicate with your partner, you find yourself in these type of situations where it can be problematic if you take on a job like over the road or local, if you're working a lot of hours and you're not able to spend time with your family. You know, if you have kids that are involved in extracurricular activities, when before you got into trucking or before you took said trucking job, you was able to spend quality time with your kids, being at practices or showing up for the games, things of that nature, just showing support like any parent would and should. If you're not able to do those things anymore because of the job you choose, whose fault is that? It's your fault for choosing the job, but it's also unfair to the child or the partner that's looking for you to spend time with them, because that's what you was doing before you got the job. Once that changes, that can cause some conflict and some friction in the relationship. And I think that's the problem. So it's like, I wouldn't necessarily say trucking will ruin your family, but if you don't have a plan, if you don't have open communication with your partner, yes, depending on the job you choose, it can be very problematic in a relationship. It just is what it is. I've heard truck drivers talk about how trucking ruined their relationship, or trucking led to a divorce, or trucking led to a breakup. It's not trucking, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's just not having communication and realistic expectations prior to choosing whatever job that you choose. Those are the results of just not having open communication and being on the same page with one another. Let me give you an example, right? So I'll use myself and my situation with my wife. The job that I have, the work schedule that I have, it works for both of us. The same is true with her work schedule. So we're able to see each other. We're able to spend quality time together. I'm able to be in bed with my wife at night, which is what she likes. Me too, right? But we're both able to spend that time with one another. If I was to leave my current job and find another job with a different schedule that I know doesn't coincide with how we operate, I'm not gonna sign up for that type of situation, right? I'm not gonna go get a job where the shift is basically gonna have me and my wife passing each other. Like, if she is getting off work and I'm going to work Monday through Friday, I know that eventually that's gonna cause some type of conflict at some point, because we're not seeing each other. We're not in bed anymore at night. We're only seeing each other on off days, when I'm off on the weekend. That's gonna be a problem. So I'm not even gonna set myself up for that. But that's something that I know before I even choose a particular job, I'm gonna wanna know what the shift is. That's just what it is. I'm not gonna accept the job just because it may pay more money. If that means having issues in my relationship, or if, in my case, my marriage, I'm not signing up for it. To me, it's not worth it. Particularly when I have a job right now, I get paid well, and I'm able to spend quality time with my wife. I gotta get some gas. But I'm at the gym right now, getting ready to park. I just want to tap in with you guys. But that's why I stand on it. And I think the issues, the relationship issues, come from just, again, not talking with your partner, not laying everything out there so they know what to expect. That's my opinion. That's why I feel you start having issues when you don't have those type of conversations. So I don't know, man. That's really how I feel about it. You know, every relationship is different. What may work for somebody else may not work for the next person. So you have to figure out, you have to know your partner. You also have to ask yourself, like, do you think it's worth it? Some people may say, you know what, I'm gonna go take this job over here and sacrifice for a little bit, and hopefully my partner understands what I'm doing, and then, you know, later on maybe I can get a shift change and do something different. If you guys have that type of understanding and that's the way you want to do it, then by all means do it that way. It's just really about figuring out what works for you and your family dynamic at the end of the day, because again, everybody is different. Some partners, some spouses, they don't care how long you go out, just do your thing. They're cool at home, and that's just what it is. If that's your situation, then cool, you know. I don't think there's necessarily a wrong answer, because everybody is different at the end of the day. But for me and mine, I know what my wife likes and what she doesn't like, and she knows what I like and what I don't like. There have been times where she's been interested in certain positions at work and have, you know, had certain opportunities come up, and she would call me and say, babe, you know, I'm thinking about applying for this particular position. Here are the hours. What do you think about it? And we'll have a conversation. And sometimes I'll say, that's cool, I'm okay with that. If that's what you want to do, I support it. Go ahead and go for it. And then there are also times where it may be a shift and I'm like, nah, babe, I'm really not feeling that. Like, you know, we're never going to see each other for real if you were to do that. And then, so we have those type of talks. But that's what it's all about, man. Just, you know, having that conversation. If you somebody and you a very active parent and you have a kid that's really active in sports or whatever extracurricular activity, it could be ballet, it could be whatever. If you are there all the time, if you end up getting a job where that takes you away from that, that could be a problem, right? That's all I'm saying, man. So, you know, you got to really weigh the pros and cons and figure out whether or not it makes sense for you and your situation. Sometimes it just may not make sense. You know what I mean? So, me personally, I don't have a problem with turning down the opportunity that it could be more money, but if it's at the risk of jeopardizing a healthy marriage, my healthy marriage, then to me it's not worth it at the end of the day. I feel like the right opportunity will come in due time. So I'm not gonna force anything and jeopardize a happy home. That's just me. Again, everybody's different. So that's my thoughts on that, man. Y'all let me know what you think. Do you think trucking ruins families? Drop it in the comment section. Let me know. I'm getting ready to get in here and get a good workout in. And I appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. If you're new and you like what you see, you like what you hear, definitely consider subscribing. Hit the like video. Hit the like button if you like the video. And until the next one, man, I'll see you guys later. Y'all have a good day. Peace.